Okay.
Apa na mo to Tiyo?
What's up, Mom?
Tiyo party big party.
Oh, don't.
Bahok to Tiyo.
Yeah, mine must have been from my dues.
Maybe you want to go to. No?
Just like Papa.
Yeah, it's just like me.
Ito ka ba?
All right.
Pangit.
Not maabot. Ano mo yun?
Upupod ko na.
Medium pa. Small. Very small. It's big. I am small.
Papa is good. Sito.
I am small. Mommy is medium. Papa is big.
You can see tall. Sit tall. Tall.
Oh, it's big.
Papa is tall.
That one.
Mama is
The
short.
whopper. No.
Very shorter.
The mama are medium.
Yeah.
The papa are the largest. The kids are small.
Sure.
The baby are small.
Small. Mama ka.
I've got a freaking cold.
That's from a liquid fan.
Dennis, you gonna come on today?
Wala natin yung sunod. Baba lang. Baba lang. Hukay na naman.
Tomorrow. I don't need the cell phone. One million. If you
Oh boy. Oh, can't eat those pancakes so close to bedtime, man. I got all that sugar. You know? So wired.
Again, you're watching. Mm,
Oh, shucks. Oh man.
Tiyo. Diriling ka tiyo taon.
I gotta eat.
tomorrow.
Gotta eat first.
Ayaw, ilagti ng cellphone na.
It's just like when we buy at the bus. The glitch is
Might as well
coming.
come up, Dennis. Prime time.
This
For
place
you.
called good.
Kasi nag-ingon sa imo nga, mito ni mong cellphone. Ha?
What?
10 minutes lang, ha?
See the glitch from that. Look at me. Bigger. No, this place called bigger.
Mm. Hey, Michael. How goes it by you? It's been raining here every day. All, with a little bit of a let up and then downpour again.
The office. See,
Oh man, I got a cold too.
those are chairs.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? I'd like to just go down the street, but for the lack of sidewalk, you know how that goes. Gotta buy me a shitty pair of shoes that I don't mind wasting or getting filthy. Thought about going out there this morning at like 5:30, but alas, it was never to be. Yeah, you know what? I also don't want to keep making them where I got a camera stuck out the back end of a trike all the time. That gets real old. Yeah. Working off of my $12 a month Wi-Fi. Jesus. Yeah, go out and make at least a 5-minute one. I lost a contact lens, so oh my god, I go into the store on the SM. I got a couple of them, so I said I need a gas permeable, the hard one. We don't have those. We only have the soft ones. So I don't know what the deal is around here with the type I use. It's very strange. Oh, get out of here with that music. So, yeah, I'd went out, walk down a couple streets or whatever before the trucks get going because there's kind of then you really got to watch yourself when you're crossing intersection streets. I kind of like the peaceful feeling of the quietness of the morning, before the world starts to get going. I want to take a trip out to the province here. Yeah. For a couple days, but mother-in-law has an issue with her ulcer, so she just got medicine for that. I gave her some apple cider vinegar to take, organic, with the mother, and that upset her stomach even more. Oh my god! So there was only one brand in the SM food store. And I snagged up that 3 bottles there. I got 2. Usually walking the road, yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how when you're taking a trike ride and you're like all jockeying for position, trying to prevent the other guy from getting in. And then, I mean, they got to be a matchbook cover away from each other, man. You know, because that front end is pretty heavy on them. Some kind of iron. And I couldn't deal with that, man. If I lived in an outlying area, which where my land is, I would have to just drive it to a certain part of the city and then take the trike the rest of the way. Oh man, yeah, yeah. There's been so much rain here. Yeah, either mud or you get a low point in the road, you get splashed or something. So this guy, the other day we were at SM. I ordered some new glasses. He tells my wife, he says, $20 for a ride. Yeah, I'll be getting something, Michael. I don't want to go traipsing around with rubber boots. Certainly to the mall or nothing like that. But yeah, I just slip in there barefooted. You know, it's hard to believe that they have three malls here. I just can't see the income of the population of this city being able to support three malls. Now they did a great job with remodeling the inside of Gaisano, but outside still looks like a concrete tomb. You know, you bought those. You saying you bought those boots at the market, or yeah? When I was at we came out of the exit thing in the SM mall here. They have. Oh, I was ahead of walking. I was ahead of the wife, and hey, what's up, Viking? Yeah, I'm gonna give that guy 20 my ass. I mean, you only walk what 50 feet. You can go catch a trike in front of Gaisano. You know. All right, cat's out of the bag here. I wonder if I could leave this blown up screen. That would be. See this? Got these people over here. You know, telling you gotta have travel insurance. You know, I called up my insurance company, man. They cover me on a trip. Must have this.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going over there?
It was born yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. It's dancing off the sheet metal roofing right now.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
it. Ting.
Yeah. For anybody that hasn't experienced it, when they hear that saying, when it rains it pours, it really does here.
Oh,
I mean
it
that
does?
rain comes, and not just for 5 minutes, for hours.
You can get a lot of the same weather I get.
Oh yeah.
Right now, it's like overcast. The sun's supposed to be out. So you know it's going to rain sooner or later.
Usually, yeah. Usually, weather systems kind of skirt the top of Midland and now turn, you know, come up your way and go up through Manila.
Yeah.
But want to go out, want want to go out to a beach here, but can't do that either. You know?
That'll be, I think, towards the end of the month, it should start drying out. March should be pretty dry. You'll have rainy days, but not day after day and day of rain.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you wake up, you go, ah, shit. Why get out of bed, man? So good stuff. But I got to tell you, it's better than 30 degrees back home. So one of the new requirements for now they open up for tourism, you still have to have what's called an S pass, as far as I know. You know things change around here by the moment. But
You have to have
but
that other one.
they'll find out when they get to the airport in Manila, and they'll be asked, "Do you have one?" You say no. You're running around. You got to go get a antigen test, and you have to buy another ticket. And I don't think a lot of people are not aware of that. So
Well, that's S-Pass is only the Philippines.
yeah, that all that S pass is giving you that where you're going. They know who's coming. You know where you're going to be staying. That's pretty much all it is. All this information really is all about the same stuff. Uh-oh, Jamie.
There.
Why can't you join it today? Yeah. I have a cold. You got any floods over there by you, Michael?
No, I live right by the ocean.
Uh,
I live today.
yeah, I got some. My wife got some San Mig Light, and for whatever reason, it don't taste good to me unless it's skunk beer. It's old.
Yeah, I seen a video on
What's that?
Butuan. Seen it. Well, I pulled up Butuan because I wanted to know where it was.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And they had a little video thing. I'm like, this little town got all these malls and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like,
Ain't that something? I mean, in all of these here, SM built one uh, within 50 feet of Gaisano. It borders a different street in the front, but they're all right here. I mean, a lot of people have a soft spot for Gaisano. They've done some remodeling, and looks nice. It just looks like crap from the outside. And I've been to Robinson's. That's about extra 5-10 minutes away from here. So given the amount of money that people make, I'm surprised they even wanted to try to do that.
we got a little Gasano mall. Yeah.
I like Gaisano, man. I just this is. Oh yeah. They got a nice supermarket in there now. I didn't even know they had that before. I forgot.
Well, this is small.
Yeah, it does the job. If you come there, what I found kind of bizarre was at SM. I said, "Yeah, I need a gas permeable contact lens." Well, we don't have those. Oh, what the fuck? You're an optical store. You get tested here. You got glasses. I'll try so and so upstairs. We go upstairs. Yeah, we don't have them. I'll have to send a message to Manila like that's going to happen. And I thought, Jesus. So I got some transit the glasses I got transition lens. I took an old prescription to them, and I wanted to transition out. I wanted the. Oh, that's another thing. I wanted polarized. We don't do that. Oh shit. Okay. So I'm getting transition, and what I'm going to do is go to get one of those clip-ons at Watson's or Robinson's place, and that'll be my because I love having that bright sun here. Even with transition lenses, they don't do enough for me. They don't shade. They're almost pointless. But when I had the glasses I have that I tried to get them fixed, they got that magnetic clip on with transition, and it's real nice that way. Super nice.
Mine 10th. Yeah.
Is that enough? Is that transition lens enough tint for you?
Yeah, for me.
For you, man, that ain't nowhere near enough. You know the problem with the yeah, but that's good. But you know what's good about this? I finally instead of having two pairs of glasses, if I get that clip on, you can buy them in over Amazon in America. They're like $12 for a set of three. But you can flip it up or flip it down. You know what I mean? So you have options. It kind of sucks if you go out and you're wearing a polarized sunglasses, and you go into a store, and unless the light's bright enough, you can't see.
Well, mine change color pretty quick.
Yeah, they do.
They go from tinted to. But by the time you get into Gasano, which I don't usually go to, but my wife does all that stuff.
Good morning, CB.
They just, I don't know, it took them 2 years.
You know,
Gold.
if you strategic place these things, I don't know why it seemed like it was a good idea to build an SM not too. I mean, competition's good, but like I said, the amount of money how is this city going to support 3 malls?
I don't know.
I mean, what's the highest wage here? What's the, my goodness.
The average worker probably makes like $350 a day.
Yeah, the one and only's here.
Morning, Ronald.
What's going on, fellas?
Nada.
Just complaining about
Christian, Michael, Yank, down out. Steve B. I'm over here on Garris too. Jack is talking to Jack right now.
Yeah, he starts earlier than me now. You know what I noticed? You know what I noticed here, and if you go to somebody's channel and you just pass through it, but you're on there for a second, it still shows you being on there, because when this live stream ends, when somebody's live stream ends and you look, you can see it says it gives that live signal, and you're not live. So people thinking that other people are looking at them or watching them is it's not necessarily the way it is.
Oh, yeah, I know the feeling. Well, we're talking to Jack. about his condition. He said he was shitting blood all morning, and then
Oh, dude, that ain't good.
he fainted and shit, and hit
That's
his head
colon
and
cancer.
woke up on the shower. So now he's saying he might be anemic, and they did his hemoglobin. Say his hemoglobin is from 110 to down to 70, and
Boy.
they're waiting on supposed to be getting a transfusion or some shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that compared to the other thing is um, kind of a relief, you know. Usually, you
Yeah.
shit and blood. I had a girlfriend that lived in Kenosha, not too far from you, like 12 years ago, and her and mother went on vacation. Now this chick was kind of up and down with the emotions all the time. She used to like picking fights at bars and all shit. Her mother was super cool. Her mother used to give me long, long hugs. And her mother looked pretty good for 60 at the time. And they went to Mexico, and her mother died.
Damn.
And the last person she spoke to was me.
Damn.
She said, because at her funeral, somebody said, "Oh, what were her last words?" And she said, "I love you, Tony." Boom. Uh, but she was a nurse. You know, the girlfriend was a nurse, so the Mexican police were holding her there because they thought that she did something. She's a nurse, and some other woman that came to help out in the hotel was a nurse too. But I didn't think too much of it back then because she said before her mom died, she was shitting this. There was blood coming out of her rectum and some other assorted colors or something. And
Hmm.
I thought to myself, you both eat, you both drink, but the same thing. What's going on? Apparently, they couldn't find cause of death. But as time went on, I thought to myself, she's an only child, and her mom, she had coming like over 150 grand, and I'm thinking, man, maybe she did it, you know, because even though she's not an MD, she should know something, you know, have a good idea. But um, she didn't, and I thought, well, you know what? The fuck, you're not a cashier at a gas station. And I didn't think too much of it in the beginning, but oh my goodness, I think she actually did do something.
You heard about your boy John from Sunshine Shoulders?
No,
What? Yeah, he died of a heart attack. They took him to the hospital. They juiced him up with a little nitro or whatever. Sent him back home.
uh,
He went back to the hospital. He's trying to get down to closest hospital in Cebu. He didn't make
hmm,
it.
damn.
And he was a drinking motherfucker. But he quit.
Well, you know what? He could have been a greasy chicken eating guy too for a long time. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, I've witnessed that. I used to clean the buses out too, and this one bus I get into with this big guy. He looked like one of those fat guys from the Disorderly Orderlies movie, the comedy. You ever
Hmm.
seen that? Okay, he looked like that. So I get in the seat. You know how these fuckers stink anyway. I look down below the transfer box. There's fucking chicken bones stacked up like, like this high, man. Like he ate 2 buckets of chicken. I'm like, what the? So I got the boss man. I said, look, we don't have time to be. They have a thing where they select maybe 4 buses, 5 buses a day to get detailed, and this wasn't one of them. So it was interfering with my quota I had to get.
Hmm.
So I showed the boss. He took a picture of it because then they get talked to. I don't mind anybody, because I drive too. So at the time I was driving and went into tanking, they call it. And I came back to driving. But uh, this dude should have had. It was.
All right.
Uh, so did they try to? They don't have. Do they have Narcan over here?
It wasn't drug induced bleeding.
No, no. Narcan will bring it. Well, you can try anything. You know. Damn, nitro. They send them home. They gave him some nitroglycerin pills.
Yeah, that's what the boys was telling me. I I went over there to Sunshine Shoulder, and he was
Look,
saying that John. Well, at the time, I think that video was a day old or some shit. He said the boy is
mm,
still in the damn morgue.
Yeah, I heard
uh,
that.
you know what? I gotta say this. When I had these, I had chest pains. When I got home from the hospital after my surgery, I was still taking these oxycodones, for the pain. And man, it felt like my lung capacity was half. As I'm trying to breathe, it felt like somebody had their foot on me. So I go in there, and they're going. They gave me they gave me the pills like crazy, and nothing changed. So it had to have been something else, you know. And I I read up on them because all of a sudden I started getting curious, ever since I think I met you, Ronald, and so I'm looking it up, and the side effects of taking that pill is uh, your chest feels restricted. It gave me all the that made sense for the way I was feeling, but yet I go to a cardiologist at a freaking hospital, and this guy should know this shit. And I just say that because I find it odd that they sent them home with some nitroglycerin pill. That's when they did me, they admitted me and they had me stay overnight because they did a stress test in the morning where you got to run on this freaking thing, jump off, and then they ultrasound. Actually, I think it was. And I'm surprised after you said that they.
Damn, he just went right on out.
Oh, he's on that good Philippine internet, Ronald.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was my faux pas.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, man, you
I
got a bad ticker, man. You shouldn't be deep in country in the Philippines.
no,
No,
no. Did he have a history of heart problems?
I don't know, but he had a history of drinking, and you know what they say. Sometimes it's
Okay.
best to keep drinking.
Well, here, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I knew somebody who was a husband at the time, and he died. He went cold turkey when he got off of coke, and his body just went crazy, and he died. You know, his heart couldn't take the stress of abruptly stopping.
Mm.
Nice guy too, man. I end up. It happened to be this girlfriend of mine, and I was talking about things, school and all that. And turns out I met her husband when I was a teenager
Man,
because they send back then. You went to the school that was within your district. He was
right.
from another city nearby, but they had him go. And I remembered him, tall guy, and real cool guy, real nice. But he had a thing for coke. And his sidekick had this deformed hand, and I remembered that, and he says to me, well, I doubt that you met him. I said, look, here's what happened. When I was talking to him, he was saying how he was going to Pulaski High School, another one, after he was with us about 2 months. Oh, yeah, I guess you do then, huh? Yeah, I do. Uh, I guess the kids had to follow him around the house with an ashtray because he would just flick his ashes wherever.
Damn.
He had nice kids. He had nice kids. He was the first one in his family of all his brothers that had a girl. They had
Uh-oh, there go Joey.
all of them were boys in his family. Gary, you got any new poems there, Gary? Jamie, he's got some information for you.
Hey, check this out. This is crazy. My friend, his brother passed away. He has like 700,000 pesos in life insurance.
Huh?
He has the hospital 150,000 pesos. They released the body to the funeral home, but they kept the original death certificate, which the family needs to collect the 700,000 pesos.
Yeah.
I told my friend, look, you need to lawyer up because they'll never get paid
Well,
because
they're,
that's no
they're
job.
yeah, they're not
His
going to
wife
get
works, but he doesn't have a job right now.
paid.
And,
Right.
yeah,
I,
and
I don't think it's like in America where the cost gets absorbed by. Believe me, they don't take a loss at a hospital. We pay what we pay because of a little bit of that helps people out. So I don't know how they work that over here. But these YouTubers are coming on here and there. You got to have travel health insurance, some bullshit. And you know what? I called my insurance company and I asked them. I said, if I were on a trip, if I were in the Philippines, would you cover me? And she said, yes. I don't. I take that as visiting, not living. So you don't say you're living here. If you have something happen, just well, yeah, I was visiting. Because if you say you're living here, they might put a nix to that. So
well,
I
I think now they're requiring
hmm,
if you have insurance in the U.S. Now, this is just what I've heard that they need a letter from the insurance company saying if you come here and get COVID, they're gonna cover it.
uh,
Some kind
you
of
know
letter.
you know what I would do. What I would suggest to anybody out there that has regular health care here. I mean, Medicare, you can go over to Guam if you had to. That's 4 hours from Manila, something like that. But I would call them up and just casually ask them a couple questions. Right now, I mean, don't wait till the day of something, you know, but they might catch on. Uh, I say ask them because I asked the woman, and I don't think that woman was for sure. When I asked her, I said, "Would you cover me if I were in Puerto Rico or Guam?" And she kind of stumped her, huh? And she says, "No." Well, I said, "They're Commonwealth United States. All laws and all that other shit apply. So why wouldn't you?" I didn't press her for it, but that's what I'm saying. Anybody's got health insurance. You don't shoot the shit and go, well, call them up and find out if you can live in a foreign land. Will they cover you, or will they just cover you in an emergency? One time.
Well, my perception of what the vlogger said was
Hmm.
they actually want to see a letter from the
Hmm.
insurance company saying that they will cover the cost.
Well, Get a letter. You gotta be kidding me. You call the frickin' phone up, man. What is it? Bullshitting letter. I pull out that card. It's like a freaking American
Paperwork.
Express. You know.
It's more paperwork you gotta get.
Well, they love paperwork here. I know, but
Oh yeah. Yeah, they love their paperwork.
Hey, they never even went to microfiche. You know. They just. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
you
remember,
writer.
I remember when I come in 2012, I went to the post office to mail a letter to my dad. But they say don't use Phil Post, but
You know what? They
but
might.
the dude's back there on a typewriter.
Yeah.
Like,
Elo.
like what?
Sige, dili kay matag doktor.
They're getting more picky here.
No, Radio Roxy today, Christian. I forgot all about it. I was so happy I didn't have an Uber. I lost my whole train of thought. Yesterday, I thought it was fucking Sunday. That's how bad it was. Felt like a Sunday all Thursday. I was like, I'm gonna be messed up for the weekend.
Well, if I call them up and ask them that, Michael, that's probably going to seem like a very strange request. Yeah.
No, because you need to travel.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what? I flip the card at him and go, "You call them up and find out." Son of a bitch, boy! You prove who you are. I mean, I was a month too early, but you have documentation to prove who you are. I have a 9A visa, and one of the criteria for that is that you have to show them report a marriage certificate. And I told the lady when I was there, I said, you can't get one of these, and I held it up. I said, you can't get one of these without showing them a marriage certificate. What do you mean you don't have one with you? What do you fuck? Are you kidding me? Oh, shit. Hell no, I don't have one. I mean, my God, that 9A visa should tell you everything, right? Hey, Judy. Judy's in the
Hey,
house.
Judy.
Judy's working on appearing on a live stream one of these days.
Hey, Judy. I'm in the same position.
Yeah, he just has one of his neighbors come over and change his clothes for him while he was laying there.
I don't budge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't budge at all. I'm debating what I'm gonna eat tonight. I think I'm just gonna go with the I'm gonna pull a Gary, just had some sardines or tuna.
Uh-oh.
The only thing I ate today was one sausage and some cheese.
Steaks are good, but the wieners taste like shit.
All right. But now I'm thinking go ahead and eat some of these sardines with some of that Louisiana hot sauce on it.
Oh, something to pep up your day, huh?
Well, I gotta supplement my damn vitamin intake with a little bit of omega 3s.
Miss Hart had a link to your channel.
Yeah, I know they just run over there to see those 2 videos of Jonah that I got up in there, and that's it. I don't even go up in there for Nathan.
You can snow all it wants to, Judy. I'm here, and it's 80. What is it? 27 Celsius. So is that like 80 something? 85, 84. I kept reminding my oldest son about it. He got kind of mad.
Yeah, I got 43 subscribers.
Oh, wow. He's got more than me.
I don't know.
I didn't want 43 subscribers.
I got all I want, man. 65, huh? But I tell you, it couldn't have been a good 65, Gary. Probably had a bit of a chill to the wind, to the air there.
Ah, it's another lazy day.
Yeah, in retired land here. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think if somebody, actually came out or had a job, we wouldn't know how to talk to
Oh,
them. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Been there, done that. You know.
I know, Gary. I don't know why they got them subscribers in there. We had 65 today. Yeah, that's good. Well, the weather's breaking. March and April coming, so spring is on the way.
Yeah, we haven't had a regular spring in Wisconsin we had one in the last 20 years. You remember how it used to be? You could take your bike out in April to be a freak warm day, a couple days. You could take your bicycle out, go riding around, Then you'd have a snowstorm the next day and then it'd be clear to death, melted soon after that.
Right? I can't afford to get no paycheck, Gary. I'm retired. Once you start getting Social Security, they think you can work.
Well, you know what? I think while I'm back, I'm gonna call up that back doctor and bitch him out for not having his coordinator call me because it's hard. It's really hard for me to get out of bed now, and my leg, no matter what position I'm in, as always goes numb.
All right?
So I might have to spend a winter, but at least I'll be spending it inside more than out. But for now, I'm where I want to be. Everything's great.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I can't. I know I mentioned it before about blood pressure, and Judy said, "Oh, it's because you're calm now. You're where you want to be, and you really don't see it, until it happens." And even if I've had maple syrup on pancakes, my heart doesn't. I can feel the difference. Put it that way.
All right?
And I haven't even checked mine since I got here. I mean, no heart murmurs, no palpitation, fluttering, none of that. Pretty good. I like that. I like the way I feel. I'm happy with that. That's like, but I was in when I was having my eyes examined in America on this machine. They have this whole machine. They put it in front of you. You know, here they got like it's like a set of glasses. You put them on with all this. It looks like something from a sci-fi movie. So when she's doing my test, I say to her, I said, "Hey, would you go out with a guy that was wearing these?" She said, "Well, it all depends." I go, "On what? Whether you can hide his face or not?" Oh my goodness! And she got a laugh. She says, "Have you had any headaches lately?" So I pointed to her. I said, "I got one every day, right over there." you know. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Yeah.
silent killer. Yeah. But I have not. What I got off of was my uh, extra virgin olive oil and the apple cider because when I first did it when I was here, first got here, it made me freaking do a sprint to the bathroom. Well, you know what, Gary? Gary, I hate to burst your bubble there, but when I was in the ER once, the doctor told me, and this was without drinking it in excess, that caffeine will get rid of a headache. Coffee. You drink that cup of coffee, and your headache will go away. He told me that. So I guess anything in moderation is okay. It's just that you have to remember that it's in moderation.
Right.
Otherwise, you cancel out the effect. The health effect of it or whatever. Yep.
Big
I was surprised. I was surprised when he told me that. I said, you know what? I had a headache, man. I drank some coffee like an hour ago, and I don't have a headache anymore. That's when I learned that. See, now I had to have that scenario happen for me to learn it, because he certainly wasn't going to come out and tell me.
Why would I? You don't pay me for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like these guys. Last time I saw my cardiologist, he goes, I was asking him some question. I said, "Man, my left foot, my left leg swells up.
Yeah.
Which one? Let me look, because that could be a sign of heart issues." And and I mentioned something else. He goes, "Well, real good from our end of it." Like because it didn't affect. It wasn't in his field of expertise. It's like, oh well, whatever. Oh my god, that's always
I
best to
went,
drink water. Yeah.
I went to the cardiologist. They give me pills because my right leg was swelling, right? And
Yeah.
it's going, it's not as tight as what it used to be. It didn't swell up real big, but you could tell it was way different than feeling my left one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I looked up the medicine. It's for high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure at all.
Yeah.
I
You
think
gotta
my
have a
blood,
little bit of. You gotta have a little
no,
bit, otherwise you'd be dead.
my blood pressure that day was 100 over 80.
That's low, man.
Yeah, it's on the lower side. So, but he prescribed that for my leg. I've been on it since last Saturday, I think, a week. It's just getting better, but I don't go back to him till next next month sometime.
Well, let me tell you something, Michael. I was talking to Christian about that, and and it is true. I mean, ever since that pandemic started, all this time you spend on YouTube, you're sitting down a lot, and your leg, if you stand on them too long or you sit too long without moving, they're going to swell up. It's just that the cardiologist pays attention when it's the left, but
Right, but
um,
that ankle too. So if I
uh,
walk a lot, it'll swell up.
well, yeah. I mean, that's another issue too. But I tell you, I didn't know shit about shit. Absolutely nothing, except what I would hear people say until I started talking to the doctor, the in-house doctor here, professor, and now you know I started questioning stuff and looking up stuff myself. So I understand more about medical situations and things than I ever did before this pandemic started.
So he ordered an echocardiogram.
Yeah,
What's
I go,
that?
man, the guy says, well, your heartbeat's kind of fast. Well, okay, what do you want me to do? I don't have a brakes on it where I can kick or a gas pedal where I can kick the idle down. But he
That's
said,
a
oh,
good.
he says it's strong. Now, he seemed to be bothered when I said, "Oh, can't you check to see if the arteries are clogged? Because if they are, that would explain my heart, beating faster." Well, that's pretty invasive. Well, I don't give a fuck what it is, man. You know, if that's a way for me, that would be a way of having peace of mind. You know,
But even I didn't want the echocardiogram. I wanted a nuclear stress test.
listen, Michael, just my regular doctor, he might have cut me off the meds, but this is how old and dated that cardiogram. He has a machine, and the machine is avocado green. Now, anybody here, avocado avocado green was popular in the 70s. So when I looked at that thing, I thought, holy shit, I'm only about 10 years older than that machine you got there. You know, oh my goodness.
I don't
That
even
way,
bother checking my blood pressure as long as I'm still smoking. I don't care. I don't even want to know what the fuck it
well, you know
is.
what? The father-in-law here, he smokes, and I could that smell just. Oh man, I can't stand it.
Well, it
I
ain't
can't
dry
stand it.
fish,
Yeah. Well, what do you want to smell? Do you want to smell the fish, or do you want to smell the?
and you know it's bad when your deodorant stinks.
Well, you know what? That reminds me of why I stopped. It does. So it doesn't make me crave for another one. It actually reminds me how much this shit stinks.
That's discipline.
Hmm. I got some of the time, huh?
Yeah, but you got to have the will to do it too. You just can't say I'm gonna
What's a
stop and
pyromania? Pyro what?
I need to have a pyromaniac take a look at my. No, not no pyromaniac. That's a fire starter, Gary.
I thought that was kind of strange.
Ano ba?
That's like that Marjorie Green Taylor saying gazpacho. Well, she said, what's her face? Nancy Pelosi Gestapo. She tried to say Gestapo, and she said gazpacho. You know, the little cold soup. You stupid ass country bumpkin. She ain't got no business in Congress at all.
Oh no.
Just a devil woman. But they put it in there. Yeah, that's a fire starter, Jamie.
Pyromaniac.
Now, the person that looks at your heart, let me see, what Gary call it?
Cardiologist.
Cardiologist.
Yeah, cardiologist. Where he get pyromaniac? Is he trying to set his heart on
Oh,
fire?
Gary's being funny. Gary's Gary's got a pretty good sense of humor, and he tests people. It's like you call that Francois Francosis.
I think Gary is suffering from psychosis.
Yeah, there you go. You got that cosis somewhere, right? I mean,
Uh,
psychosis.
you, you need a cardiologist
But not
and a
only,
proctologist.
yeah, get a proctologist, Gary. He'll show you a good time.
He can get his head out of his ass. Talking about a pyromaniac.
What are all those dudes do it, man? How you like to? Oh God, that'd be a gynecologist and have some 300-pound woman in front of you. Oh God.
Hey, you should have seen the doc. Remember I told you, Tony, when I went to see that doctor for that VA physical?
Well,
This I took video pictures of this big fat bastard. He huffing and puffing. He only turned around and took 2 steps, and he's breathing like he ran a marathon. I'm like,
oh,
dude, you
yeah.
looking at me? I should be checking you.
Hey,
I said, I couldn't believe it.
this is how when I worked in a factory, I worked in a department one time for a while. A couple years with one of my cousins, his mother and my father, brother, and sister. And we were sitting in the office, fucking off. Like once we were done with our work, we'd go in there and smoke and do whatever, you know. And this guy was coming out. At the end of the day, he was coming from our research and development department. So he came. He came. He was having chest pains. My cousin goes, "Uh oh!" He saw him coming. He jumped out of that chair and ran away. He wanted to have nothing to do with that guy dying. I said, man, you could have helped the guy, you know.
All right.
Oh, then you're forced to say, "Are you okay?" Oh
Michael,
my
did,
God!
did you hear about the about Cebu opening up on the 1st?
Nah, I haven't got that word yet.
Yeah, they said they're going to open up the country March 1st to unvaccinated people, 48-hour test. And of course, you got to have a 5-day quarantine and your the health
I'm
insurance.
vaccinated. I think it's 5 or 10.
5 days. And now Daryl's telling me the
It's a-
the big dogs in Manila and the IATF, they're like, oh, hold up, no, you're not. We're not happy with that because they say Cebu is the #1 money generator for the provinces in the Philippines. Cebu makes the most money, make more money than Makati and Manila.
because it's in the middle. You can travel to a lot of islands. It's a central, kind of like in the middle of the Philippines. So if you want to go to Palawan, it's not that far of a flight. You want to go to Dumaguete,
Yeah, but it's
or
so worn
whatever.
out, you know.
It's
It's
not
so,
that far.
I know, but if you got health issues, you don't want to go to Cebu unless you stay in Cebu or go to Davao or somewhere where they got a big modern type hospital.
Well, Cebu has two of them. One is called Chiang Mai Hospital, and they're pretty state of the art. They're like a U.S. hospital, and I forget what the other one is. There's another one there. It has a Chinese name to it too, I think.
Gary, that's not a country. That's an island, Cebu.
But
You could try.
them are all downtown Cebu. Where Cebu Airport is on Mactan, which is
Mhm.
another little island.
Mactan Island.
Yeah, you go across, and I guess there's 3 bridges now, but I
You
don't
ain't
know what
getting
they're
on
going
there.
to call the brand new bridge, but it was supposed to, the new bridge that they just built is supposed to leave some of the traffic in Mapuzatu, which is where Mactan Airport is.
Yeah.
It's in Mapuzatu, right? You go into, when you come across the bridge out of Cebu, you go into Mactan, right? And or maybe they call it because of the island, but it's Lapu Lapu. Yeah, it's where I used to do my immigration. I didn't go into Cebu to the main office. I only went there once every 3 years to get my exit clearance because the satellite office wouldn't issue it. You actually had to go to the main immigration office in Cebu. And I always hated going there. You might as well pack a lunch, to get a piece of paper that says that you can get out of the country. And you got to pay 500 pesos for it. But they fail to tell you if you stay in the country over a year, they're going to nail you at the airport. More money.
Be a
Immigration.
fugitive.
Like 1,800 pesos. You know what I mean? More. So why wouldn't you pay that when you paid the 500 pesos to get your exit clearance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have, yeah. I forgot it. Don't you have to be in the country for X amount of time before you need a exit clearance?
Yeah, I think it's a year.
Oh, okay. That won't be a year for me. So
Either 6 months or a year. I can't really
I, I,
remember.
I think
But I would
I
say
think
till 3 years.
I think all I need to leave is antigen test.
I don't
40,
exit clearance. That's way
48 hours.
now. The because I don't deal with immigration.
Yeah.
And I don't deal with immigration at all. So that's a good thing. I just deal with the PRA once a year, pay my $360.
You know,
And
hey, well, I got you, Michael. I got a question for you, and you would know the difference because I'm sure you researched it. But what is the best for a foreigner, a foreign national like us? What is the best uh, visa to have? The 13A or the SRRV?
SSRB.
Why is that?
If 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 you can if you can avail the military exemption,
Yeah.
it only relies on you.
Well,
But if your wife dies,
mm-hmm.
the
Yeah, in or
certain
out.
visa ceases with her death, right?
I asked that because you remember back not too long ago, last year and a half, they were not allowing anyone with a SRRV to come into the country because they had a
Right.
problem with 30-year-old Chinese guys.
Well,
So I just thought that I
if
thought the
you're,
13A
you, and your,
would be
you can get around that problem. If you and your wife already have a child, right?
right, right.
You can use him to come in.
Hmm.
Okay,
Ah,
but since my wife's all our kids are my wives and they're not mine, to get a 13A visa relies on her staying alive.
uh,
Then it
So-
reverts to tourist visa.
so back when they had that ordeal going on with the SRRV, they were if you had a 13A visa, they were letting them in though. Isn't that right?
Yeah, because you have family ties. to the
So
Philippines.
so
your son would be your family tie.
yeah. So what would be the difference in fees? I mean, with the SRRV, you can go in and out without paying that airport bullshit tax or whatever, right?
Right.
What about the 13A? Is that also the same way or no?
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
Because it was the 13A was too much fucking paperwork.
Hmm.
Where the SSRV is just basically 2 pages.
DD 214. That was it, huh?
Right. Your DD 214, you had to have medical check,
Yeah. Okay.
X-ray, and a drug test. And
Well,
then
you know what?
that's it.
I plan on going. I plan on getting one of them. What about the yearly fee? Is that the same or there is no fee?
The yearly fee for the SSRV is $360.
It's about 500 and something.
15,000 pesos.
Yeah, okay. At the 15,000, that'd be like 300 and something.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to that yearly fee, is the 13A the same price as the SRRV?
You'd have to ask Chris Wren about that
Well, okay. Well,
because he's
I-
13.
all right. I plan on once I come back again, then I'm gonna get going on that. It's just right now, if I go back, I gotta let my bank account build up more. I can't go over there on $1,000 in my bank because if I plan on having my surgery, that's $1,500 deductible. You know,
Yeah.
so
But,
so
but they both cost the same.
okay,
Whether you go
okay, they do.
13A or you go SSRV with military exemption.
So the SRRV was the simplest because all you needed was a police clearance and your DD 214. Is that right? That's the hardest part.
You gotta have a drug test done and an X-ray, chest X-ray. And
Yeah, well,
you just go see
I mean-
some Joe Schmo doctor and he fills it out. He reads the cardiologist report and he fills it out. He doesn't ask you any medical questions.
that's more
You know what I mean?
that screams we do this because we want cash kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
guess they
and the
get. I guess they.
doctor costs 500 pesos. 500
Yeah.
pesos. From
But I meant as far as you having to collect any paperwork to get the ball rolling. Really, a police clearance and that 214 are pretty much all the running around you'll do for that, right? Except for the obviously the physical check.
if
Well, Gary-
you live in the country,
Yeah.
if you live in the country less than 5 years, so say you were doing tourist runs
Yeah.
every 3 years, and you have over 5 years living in the Philippines, then you can get your barangay captain to write you a letter saying
Well,
that you're a resident of this barangay. Then that alleviates your home country police check. Gets rid of that.
Yeah. You know what though? I lived in my city I'm at for only like 2 years. So
Yeah,
So,
but you don't
Gary-
have anything on your record. You understand?
Dennis.
I got like 5 DUIs. You know?
Oh Lord, yeah, I only got one,
I don't want
1987.
them to know that shit. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, Dennis, that the questions here, people can also read them also. So, I mean, I have a very much have a curiosity of how both these things work, and Michael's the best person to ask those questions to. So no, I'm not doing my surgery, Gary. Is it necessary? It's getting necessary because I can't walk more than 50 feet without it starting to get numb, and I have those two
Right.
discs are flat.
Like what they put in your passport,
Hmm.
there is no expiration date.
Okay.
Okay? Only your ID card has an expiration date. But
Well, I'm gonna have to give these guys a time out. Well, so I have a bad habit of not doing that, but you all can also see it, the questions that one another have for each other too. But best suit to that'd be Christian, all right. He let me answer him before I get before I get blacklisted on YouTube here. Yeah. Yeah, 24/7 holiday. That's me.
But
What is good here is
13A,
that
this is the problem with the 13A,
okay.
is your wife has to fill out a section.
Okay.
And they ask how you met, how long you've been together, and all this and that.
They know that. Shit, they know
Well,
that already.
they already know it, but it's on the 13A visa thing.
Oh,
So she has to fill out a whole section just like you do as to where the SSRB
yeah.
is
No.
all about you.
I think the thing that I think the thing that really had me questioning it and the SRV was that when guys were trying to get back there to their families because of the 30-year-old Chinese retiree, they weren't able to do it. So that's why I think that's what kind of soured me to that. But the more information I get from you, the better. So
Well, they closed it for pretty much all visa holders. There's only like 2 or 3 that could actually get
okay,
in, like business. You had a business visa or something like that. Then you could get in. Or if you had ties to the Philippines, like children or wife, you can get back in,
so
right?
you had this all processed by. Did you go to that JR Consulting or did you do
Yeah,
it
I went
yourself?
to ARC.
Okay,
Now,
so from start to
another
fin-
place in Angeles.
from start from start to finish, how long did it take you?
Probably you can do a lot of the stuff in one day, like the
Huh.
tests. You can do your
Okay,
X-ray,
okay.
do your drug test, all in one day.
Uh,
And probably hit the doctor, but you got to wait a day for the X-ray
okay.
report,
Well,
and you take
so we're
that back
talking about
test and all that to
we're, we're,
the doctor, and then he just fills out a
so
form. The longest thing
okay.
that takes the longest to get that you need
Hmm.
is the MDI clearance. It takes like 2 weeks to get, but
Okay.
pretty much everything else you can get. Everything is close here, so there's lots of doctors. Like my little town has like 5 hospitals.
So you're talking from start to finish. It could be as much as less a time as a couple of weeks or longest.
I think I got in when they first re-taken applications, and
Yeah.
I think they did it in May, and I filed in June, and mine was already processed by. No, it was they started it in June, and I applied. They opened it in May. I ran around and redid all the tests because I had them already done when they canceled it. They weren't taking no applications, so I had to go redo
Okay.
all this other paperwork,
But
but menial price. So I
uh,
filed in June, and by July 22nd, it was already approved and
okay.
done. Yeah,
So Gary says there's 5 hospitals by you. Is that right?
yeah. There's a lot of hospitals.
Yeah. Is there one in particular that you like to go or prefer to go to more than the other?
I used to go down to a specialty hospital But
Uh,
since my favorite doctor left, I don't go there no more. But,
so, fuck, I forgot.
I have to go up here to the regional
Oh.
hospital to get my one
Okay.
medicine.
Now I remember. Well, I forgot already. I went and got some medicines the other day. Oh my god, shit! Freaking cost of that stuff was astronomical. Oh, did you have to, Michael? Did you have to go over to Dumagetti? Or they got another office in Cebu and Dumagetti. Did you have to go there with your paperwork, or how'd you do
No,
that?
I sent everything to JRC.
You faxed it.
No, I mailed it.
Okay.
LBC.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And
Okay.
I put 20,000 pesos worth of insurance on it because it has my passport in it.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? So if it gets
Yeah.
lost,
hmm
I want the money so that I can have it replaced.
I've
LBC will pay for it.
I've sent mine to them too, and I'm not too crazy about that. I don't know why you can't photocopy that shit. I don't know, man. I'm not too crazy about sending them my passport because you're not supposed to surrender that to nobody. You know?
Right. You're just the custodian. The United States State Department owns it.
Hmm. I saw a notice the other day where they're going to use LBC for all their couriering, United States Embassy.
Well, they used to use One Air or something.
Hmm.
One Air, I think is what it was. They were pretty good.
Gary wants to know where you live, Michael.
I live in so good Southern Leyte, right up in the coochie of the bay, of So Good Bay. I live at the very end of it. And then I'm probably 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk to there.
Yeah. I'm not too crazy about that either, Gary. But we all got to do what we got to do, you know. And I don't know if the price went up, but when I was here last time, I got a 1 month. I think there's a 1 month extension, right, Michael?
Yeah, there's
Can you get a 1 month?
1 month,
Okay, because
2 months,
because I asked that because
and then 6 months.
the 2 month one cost $163 because I went there when I thought it was when my visa ran out, but it's not. It's 30 days after or it's 59 days after or 2 months after the stamp. So I got stamped January 11th. Yep, the world's full of things we don't want to do, Gary. But if that's the route you want to go, that's what the. Are they, Michael? Is LBC a bonded messenger? Are they insured?
What do you mean?
Well, if you send something through them and they lose it,
Right.
are they
I
liable for replacement?
to LBC?
Yeah.
LBC is like uh, FedEx here.
Okay. Okay.
And them, you know what I mean?
All right.
UPS,
Mhm.
they're one of the major like delivery services for stuff,
Wow.
and they don't do stuff. So you just look that up there, Gary, on. Oh wait, I spelled it wrong. Should be so God. Make that last G a D.
What?
I typed it in the chat.
Gary, I mean not Gary, but Dennis. When do you plan on going to the Philippines now that it's open for you?
Well, that's if you're in Cebu. Or they have an office in Dumaguete, JRC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
Gary. And they have one in Manila too, I think.
I would feel much better about like Gary going and delivering the stuff from the onset. You know,
Well,
I mean, we're not we're not that
problem
far
is-
away. You know what I mean?
the problem is you have to travel there.
Yeah.
And before you had to get Annex A, Annex B, all this stupid paperwork. And when you can just mail
I
it. And somebody has to
I
sign
know.
for it. Get signed
Yeah,
for it,
right.
their picture and all that. And you
Yeah.
get a notification that it was delivered and who signed for it. So that's
Yeah.
the thing.
I feel the same way as Gary there. If you're allowed to, that is. Well, I think what Michael's saying is back a little bit ago, you weren't allowed to travel. Period. Within the Philippines. But I understand. I agree with that peace of mind deal. At least from the initial onset of what you're doing, you know. But before you couldn't travel, so
Well, you could travel, but it was like
Mm,
all this freaking paperwork. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
yeah,
you have to go here, you have to go there, you got to do this, get this. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
it was just too big of a pain, and I didn't have to go there.
Yeah.
So I just mailed it and put 20,000 pesos. You know,
Mm,
that's $200 or the insurance on it. In case I have to get my passport replaced if they lose it.
I think Dumaguete's closer for me than Cebu. It's just like it might be a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other when it comes to that. I understand, you know, all the information is there for you to do it, but believe me, I sometimes am I am tired of paperwork, and if I can afford to, I just assume rather have it done by somebody that does it every day. You know, otherwise, I'm asking buku questions to somebody that may not even be qualified. You know.
Well, if you send it through post, Gary, then you're taking a damn risk. You understand? But LBC is just like FedEx.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna lose your damn mail. They won't. Especially
But if
it
they
has
did,
insurance on it. It has insurance on it.
that's what I asked before. Bonded,
I put
insured.
insurance
You know.
on it. But when they mailed it back from JRC, they didn't put no insurance on it. They just mailed it. Mailed my passport and my ID.
And believe me, I am one that here, and it really does. It they say by us, in Wisconsin, if you wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. Well, if you wait 5 minutes here, the information or the criteria, it's all different, you know. So these guys over there, they deal with it every day, the bureaucracy, all that other
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so okay, it's a headache to me. But if I can afford to not stress myself, then I do it.
It has some insurance
Mm,
on it, your package,
mm,
but I wouldn't make it
mm.
so it covers the passport.
Gary FedEx, Best Buy, a little bit out of we're speaking of their
Yeah,
mail order business.
but FedEx has the
Hmm,
minimum insurance on their packages to make
right.
sure. But
Hmm,
350 pesos on my passport ain't gonna cover the cost of replacing it because then I have to travel to Cebu.
hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I wanted all
Well,
them costs paid.
Gary, I can tell you. Excuse me, Michael. Gary, I can tell you that I don't need to watch P for that information. That guy named Rod with Amazing Philippines has had several different interviews with the owner of that business. So if you want to watch something and get firsthand, watch his stuff. I like watching his. I mean, he doesn't talk any shit. Yeah. So
That's JR.
listen to me. I got this experience with FedEx once, Gary. When I ordered a T-shirt, that's outrageous from Chris from a Britain, the Philippines thing. It took 4 months to get here, and then when it got here, I know where it was the entire time because that shirt was as hot as a pizzeria pizza because it was on the floorboard above the engine. Yeah, it was, man. I ain't shit. Yeah, I go, damn, this fucking thing's warm. And sure, sure enough, man. Sure enough. Uh,
Yeah, and he's been on Filipino P and Amazing
uh,
Philippines, and he's been on several
um, I, I, his videos are extremely informative.
They are. I met
Yeah.
him. I met that dude. I sat
Oh,
right
you
next
have?
to
When?
when I lived in Cebu
Oh, okay.
before they
Seems
went
like a pretty
for
easy.
the whole. That was in February of 2020, I think, before they went in
Amazing,
lockdown bullshit,
Gary. Gary,
quarantine everywhere.
his name is Rod. 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 Amazing Philippines.
Yeah,
He's
I
more of a
watched
fella close to your age.
but
Dennis.
Amazing Philippines, he kind of focuses on condo prices
Hmm.
and that's what his
Yeah.
channel's about. You know, you want a condo, watch his channel, Gary. Yeah, and he does some travel videos. He does that JRC.
Yeah.
But basically, it's about condo tours and what they cost, and you know what I mean. So I watch that sometimes. And I'm like, boy, I wish I could live in a place like that.
Yeah, you know what? It could be two different people giving the same information, but one makes you feel more comfortable than the other. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Daryl used a different agency, which is in Angeles City, close to him, which is good. He can hand deliver all his paperwork. You know,
hmm.
I told him how to get the barangay certificate. The barangay captain will write whatever you want, but your passport kind of reflected what he's saying because they're going to look at your stamps and your passport. You know,
Yeah.
so, I had it
Yep.
for 8 years
Yeah.
living here, so that got me out of the local police report. You know,
Yeah.
the NCIC check, which is good. I just
Yeah.
have
I
to
like.
deal with that. And they only deal with the Philippines. They don't put your name in Interpol or whatever. You know, I mean, it's just through the Philippines.
That's a good.
So,
It's a good business they got. Yeah. Yeah. Rod's got a
No, not
distinctive voice.
there,
Nobody's on camera now.
Now, I'm unwrapping a donut here. I didn't think it'd be fair.
What do you mean? I can go to the store and get a donut.
Well, I'm in bed here with a tray. What we used to call TV trays, but that's a table for kids to learn something.
Yeah, that old TV dinner tray.
Uh, oh yeah. I think by the time I get this donut out, I'll be back home.
Yeah, right. And it'll be stale.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the frosting will be.
I think JRC only charged like $350.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
He can have the headache for that.
yeah,
I'm
that's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
think. You know, she's buying a
In
transformer
the
for the game, right, Tony? Yeah.
mhm.
She's looking in Lazada, talking about she don't trust Lazada. I said, well, it ain't Lazada that's making these transformers. It's the company that's making them. You just can't go, well, I don't trust Lazada. I mean, you gotta get what you get when you call this company up and ask for these electronic products. So she found one transformer step down, 220 to 110, right?
Right.
699 pesos. She said, you want to get that one? I
For
said,
what? Oh,
for a converter, from 120,
well, I got
220 down to 110.
I I got two of them, and my other one took a shit already. And the one I got
What?
right now is called the one I got now is called Bestwick.
I don't know which one she
It's
just
got
bought.
it's got yeah, Best Tech. It's got four. You can plug four different things into it. The other one
Well,
I
this,
had, you can only plug two.
this one's got two in it too.
The other one was white. I forget the maker of it, but it took a crap on me for
This
some
one is
reason. But it
this
didn't.
is a, I think it's a Delta step down. I sent her another picture, but I don't see that one. Where the hell did it go?
But
Oh, look who's
they're
there.
basically like if you bring a product from the U.S. to the Philippines, you need one of them inverters.
Yeah,
But if you buy it here, everything's like all like the computer that I use is a big one for StreamYard and all that. All the parts come from Lazada. I ordered them off of Lazada. I ordered the whole computer, other than the windows.
Right, Tony. This one is called the SW70.
I got mine on Amazon.
Oh, I'm getting this from Lazada.
What is it? A laptop?
Step down converter. Because not Ronald, not all of them, and they'll tell you on this one in particular that you can't use a curling iron plugged into it. There are certain
that crazy?
electronics that you can't.
What was your question, Gary?
I was asking
I like that rod.
what they were talking about.
Those are
Yeah.
pretty good.
I know.
What I would like to do is just go down my list here and say, get a yes or a no.
All right, let's go.
It's a yes or a no thing, you know? We don't have to make a big discussion.
I'll give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Okay. Socks. Safety glasses.
What?
Safety glasses.
Uh-oh. A
Anti
robot in time started.
antibiotic ointments. Bandages. Okay. Toothbrushes. Toothpaste. Shampoo. Bar soap. Towels. Sandals and flip flops. Body lotion.
Toilet paper.
Baby shampoo. Not baby shampoo?
They use the regular shampoo.
Okay. Baby powder. Electrical tape. Duct tape. Hammer.
A who?
A hammer.
Hammer.
Pliers. Screwdrivers.
They get all that cheap Chinese tools.
Work gloves.
They don't use gloves.
All right.
That's wrong. We will remove those teeth when it's moving. It's not
Jigsaw.
moving. You know how much? $20.
Toys.
Remove
$20.
Dolls.
Dolls?
Yeah.
A doll for a little girl. Doll.
No. As a matter of fact, no toys. They got cheap toys all day long.
Okay. Here. Outlets with circuit breaker switch. You know, with that six outlets for the circuit breaker switch.
Yeah, you'd have to spend more money on that because it has to be already able to take in 220.
Oh, okay. Is that what they have to?
Try that here.
Okay.
You have it.
Protector.
Cut that out then. Okay. Guitar strings.
They got
You
to
gonna kill her with them? Are you gonna choke her?
What?
do they have a guitar?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll answer this one. The guitar strings.
Oh,
And
vegetable seeds. Vegetable
You're breaking up.
flower seeds.
Yeah,
Plastic hangers.
yeah. Says the guy that's got a ton of shit in his room.
Yeah, they always take plastic hangers.
Okay, notebooks like this. Okay. Cans of corn.
Tampons with wings.
Cans of beets. Cans of green beans.
Ugh.
Cans of sardines. Cans of tuna fish. Cans of beans. Chunky soup. Really?
They make their own
Blow chunk soup. Blow
Spam.
chunk soup.
Spam. Okay. Corned beef.
Tampons.
Cans of clam.
Yeah.
Cans of oysters. No oysters?
They get them fresh.
Okay. Instant coffee. Creamer. Cane sugar. Spicy noodle soup. You know, like ramen type thing. Okay. Nothing.
Yeah, you can send ramen.
Korean noodle soup. Ramen.
Yeah, all of that noodles.
Okay. Hot chili sauce. Vietnamese stuff.
They make their own.
Okay. Lunch meat.
That's the same as spam.
Okay. Hershey Kisses. M&M's. Snickers. Mars.
Anything chocolate.
Okay. Ferrero Rocher. Chocolate
Oh.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah,
And-
those are expensive.
And tuber. Okay.
Right? Anything chocolate. What's that, little man?
Um.
What's that, little Tom?
Oh, okay. You said no candles, right?
No.
Okay. Flashlights.
Yeah, better flashlight than candles.
Batteries for the flashlights,
Yeah.
but not in the flashlights.
No, not in the flashlight. You can get to Costco, can't you?
Yeah, yeah. A box of Danish cookies. That can.
Yeah, you can send that. It's
Okay.
sweet.
Chips.
Eh,
Okay. Cookies. Cookies.
chocolate chip.
Cookie house.
Oreos, chocolate chip.
Oreos. Peanut butter.
Creamy, no chunky.
Hey. Yeah, no blow chunks, no.
No.
Jam. Jelly.
They'd rather have jelly.
Huh?
Jelly.
Jelly.
It's cheaper than jam.
Okay, that's on my list.
Cool.
It's a good list. Okay.
Now, you forgot some of the important medical stuff.
Yeah.
Peroxide,
Tampon.
Like a first aid kit or something?
yeah,
Crotch
peroxide,
rock.
first aid kit, alcohol,
Alcohol.
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 Yeah.
How about feminine pads?
Oh, do you need them? Yeah, send them. Shit, we got periods. Why not?
Might as well get the medium pads.
Medium?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go too large or too small.
Do they go for the pads or the tubes?
They don't stick nothing up there. They rather have a pad.
Okay, okay.
They don't
Yeah.
touch tampons,
Tubes. The tubes.
right?
Oh, how about
Michael, do you
T-shirts.
Michael,
No,
do you use tubes, Michael?
they can get all the T-shirts they want from the Okai for 50 peso.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
That's where a majority of my clothes come from.
Right?
So, so
How about a guitar tuner?
No,
touch.
that's the dime a dozen over there.
All right. But you don't think seeds, huh? Vegetable seeds, flower seeds?
They got flowers and all that stuff around them. They got fruit, cheese, and everything. They get the seeds from the fruit. They don't
Oh,
need your seed.
All right. Okay. Sounds good then.
They got it. Let's see. What else could I think of that could be possibly in that box? Because I always send what they're not going to buy.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to waste money on lotion.
Hey, Ma.
So you figure, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Oh, they do like pillowcases.
What do they like?
Pillowcases.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I go to the secondhand store and buy all the pillowcases you can find.
So that's good too because you can use that stuff for packing, you know,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
towel, and
Yeah,
the bath towels too, you know.
Coffee,
Right.
Gary. Half
We
and
got
half.
the coffee.
Hold yours. Half calf. That's the
They
best
got the
one.
coffee.
Half calf.
Half calf. They don't worry about capping.
I do. It's good stuff, man.
He's not sending it to you.
Ain't no eat. You think
Okay.
you can't read?
Got coffee cups.
No.
Dixie cups?
No coffee cups. You can go to J&F and buy them by the kilo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How about a comb?
No.
No.
How about oh here, can opener?
Yeah, a good sturdy one.
Okay. And how about comb?
No.
Okay.
No. You can buy that here.
Okay.
If they ain't got a comb now, they probably look like Bob Marley.
All right. That sounds good then. Oh, you said perfume, right?
Yeah.
Any particular type?
Dollar store type.
Skunk, yeah. Avon, $5 a 5-gallon jug.
Dollar store, $1. They smell good to them. I use it.
How about man's deodorant?
They don't hardly use deodorant, but you can send one or two, see who uses it.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary, how about triple X condoms, man?
Now you ain't gonna get no condom use around there because look at all them kids.
Yeah, that's
And they're all
right.
tubular too. I think they're uncircumcised.
Yeah, so that's just a mess.
Okay, good. That's
I'll leave
good.
that question up to the women. Condoms or no condoms? That's the question. Yay or nay? No. Okay, thank you.
Oh, Gary. Cough medicine.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
NyQuil.
ass-
Vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins too. The gummies.
Gummies, yeah.
Gummy vitamins.
Yeah, for the kids and for the adult.
Well, Gary, what about condoms, man?
We don't need the condoms.
Right.
not?
You're trying to
You
make
better
babies.
bring yourself a case. You don't want to be pregnating nobody.
No, it ain't gonna be all that.
I don't think I'm going to pregnant anybody, but if I do, that'd be great.
Right?
You could be his great grandfather, father, and grandfather.
Boom.
Like that, man.
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. It
What
sounds
about a sign? What about a sign that says "Insert here"?
Oh,
uh,
no. That's about it. I mean, stuff they won't buy. Well,
right.
they buy it, but if that's the last 500 pesos in the house, they ain't gonna buy no shampoo or no dish soap.
But if they had something like that they didn't want to use the way it's supposed to be used, they'd find a way to make it
Yep.
usable.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I sent duct tape. It'll do the job. I sent crazy glue too.
About,
Yeah.
transistor,
What is that?
little
Throw that
transistor
up.
radio.
Yeah, that'll work. You can send one of
Listen,
those. A little
Okay.
transistor radio.
Radio.
Transistor radio. Okay.
Radio.
Yeah, now,
Radio. The video star.
yeah. Now you're talking about
Oh.
any old electronics that you want to get rid of,
Oh.
like a DVD player or record player.
Well, their DVD. If their DVDs will not play,
I don't have any of that stuff anyway.
Ronald, if you send over an American DVD player, it won't play anything from over there.
I'm
got the
saying
black-
you gotta send American DVDs too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I got Monk. Also, by the way, Monk has he has a way of circumventing that shit, so you can play any DVD on there from anywhere in the world. So,
All right.
what that entails, I don't know, but he mentioned that quite some time ago.
Yeah,
If they got a computer or they got a laptop, they can play the DVD.
And this
Hey,
is
Ronald, they got plenty of
coffee.
plenty
Yeah.
of this for you.
Yeah, I gave up the dude, bruh.
This stuff's like gold over here. Oh, God.
Oh,
Then send. You might well had. No, you should have went cold turkey instead of that. Fuck.
Right. Well, I ain't drinking these either. I ain't drinking no alcohol. This was just for chaser.
You off the sauce now, huh?
It's
I
been
thought-
5 days.
I thought Robert was stopping to drink.
Yeah, he said. Well, remember his friend that they sent home to get a surgery done. He was here in the Philippines. They kept jacking up the price at the hospital when they did a GoFundMe to get the money for it. So they said, "Fuck it." They had about $7 grand. They flew him home to get the surgery. He's back up in recovery or something. His son was born a few months back. He wanted to get back home to see his son. COVID got it. 63 years old.
And who is that?
One of Robert's friends that he knew from
What's
over
he
here
got?
when he was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You not a YouTube guy, that guy?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's
So Robert-
Sure.
So that was the trigger for Robert. So he started back drinking again.
Oh.
I've seen it, man. You know what? I worked with a couple of people that were once an alcoholic, always. But the couple of guys that I knew, you could tell that they were fighting those freaking demons, man. They were, they hadn't had anything in like 10 years. You could just see, all it's gonna take is something to set them off, and they'll be back
Yeah.
to it.
Certain people.
Yeah, right.
Tony, when I
I'm-
went to
I'm
the hospital and they told me I had pancreatitis, well, they said it was acute pancreatitis. This was back in 2008. 4 days in the hospital on morphine. After that, I got out the hospital. It was 10 years straight. Until
No
my mom passed away in 18.
10 years straight, no drinking?
Nope. Been drinking for the last 3
Well-
years after that.
Better write that down, Gary.
Yeah.
And now I'm back on the wagon again.
Hey, I had this friend. He moved down to Houston from Wisconsin, and he's an alcoholic. And he come out and show me that coin, with the founders. I said, well, Steve, if you fuck up, they're gonna take that away from you. You know.
Yeah, that's if it's his
This
first
guy,
Bitcoin.
this guy, this guy Steve would tell his wife, "Hey, I'm gonna take the garbage out." He'd take the garbage out, but he'd keep on going until he got to the bar.
Oh, yeah.
But he
Look
thought,
like,
you know,
Lucky
Strike, my
Strike.
grandfather used to smoke.
yeah,
That
Not
doesn't even
filtered,
have
my
a filter
grandfather.
on those. Oh,
Some
they're
newer
filtered.
ones
Yeah,
do.
I see.
Hey,
Yeah,
Ronald,
Yeah.
back in 1980, I think it was two or three. When I was in the army, Lucky Strikes came out with a filter.
yeah.
Guess how much I paid? Guess how much I paid per carton?
I'd say about $1.
$2.
99 cents a carton.
That's not $1.
And the limit was 5 a day.
5
A
cartons
day.
a day.
The thing
Man.
is, you get busted. There's no tax stamp on them. So
Right.
if you're out there selling them and that shit
Yeah.
circulates,
Mm-hmm.
with a tax stamp, you better not be in the hands of somebody that don't in the military. You know.
Right.
Well,
When I was
Ron,
on
What I used to do for the civilian employees was I would take the dude's truck and go to the PX and I'd buy them and leave them in the truck. So
hmm.
Jack Brown,
when I
his
was
name
on
was,
the
this dude,
USS Nimitz, they made. Oh, there go Jonah again. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Gary, how about them condoms, man? You gonna send any there?
I have a question for you, Ronald. If you have
Or
the
Maximus?
disability with the VA, can you just enter any military base? I guess
Hospital?
I guess he's talking to no, just any of the base at all. Like anybody can just.
Hey,
we can-
Gary,
enter.
I would think Michael might know. Ask him.
Well, Michael doesn't have any retirement on disability at all.
But he would still have some insight into the VA, how the VA hospital works.
Well, I'm not talking about just the VA hospital. I'm talking about just entering a military base, a U.S. military base.
Oh, I would. I think you're gonna be a retiree or disabled, don't you? Active
No,
member.
no, you don't. You can go in as a visitor.
Like I'm with the VA hospital myself. You know, the VA hospital, VA healthcare, but I can't enter any military base.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. You have to have a disability written on your card.
Why did you ask that question if you knew the answer?
But I'm wondering if you can.
You
If
just
he-
told Michael you can't.
I said I cannot. But can a person, if like Ronald, if he's overseas, can he enter any U.S. military base?
He's retired.
No, I wouldn't see.
So
He's not retired military.
He ain't retired military.
Ronald's not retired.
He
You know
has,
what? I don't
he
think
has a certain percentage of
me.
disability, and it's written on.
Gary. I don't think you can because that guy that used to be retired in Samara, he's now living in the Pacific. He's in Guam, and I asked him. I said, I was in the military. Can I go on base to the PX and get? Because he gets all his stuff cheaper. He told me no. You have to be a retiree.
Well, there's a
No.
new now. There's
No.
a new in the U.S. If you have if you have listed the disabilities, I don't care how much, 5%, whatever, you can
Doesn't matter.
enter the U.S. military military base in the U.S. and go to the PX. You can do that.
No,
But I'm wondering if you can do it all over the world.
if you're retired from the
If
military,
you're retired, I know that, but I'm talking about he's not retired, but he can go onto the military PX. He does it now. But can he do it in other countries?
should
Like,
be
for
able-
example,
Why not?
VA healthcare in the U.S., but it's not good anywhere except in the U.S.
No.
Uh,
If you're a member of the Puget Sound here in Washington, but if you're a member of the VA healthcare system, you get this card. You take this
I got
card
the old
down. You take this
I got
card. This is the new one. Yeah. You take it down to pass an ID. They scan your card and put it in the system. You don't need no different ID to get on base. How do you think I get on base to buy my liquor? With this.
I'm talking about something else.
What do you mean?
Let me get my card.
to go to the PX.
You can go shop at the commissary, you can shop at the liquor store, you can shop at the
You can shop there, but I can't.
Yes, you can. Well, you're not in the healthcare system.
I don't have any disability at all.
You don't need to be a disability. You need to be a veteran. You are a veteran.
Look, I have this card too, but you have some written here. You have some percentage here.
Wait a minute.
No, it has his name.
It doesn't matter, Gary, if you're a veteran. It does not matter. You take it down to pass an ID, they will scan your card. They passed the law way back 2020. Veterans can go on base and shop. Period.
I didn't know that.
No, you got to look at it
There
closely.
you go.
Veterans can go on base shopping if they have some percentage of disability. I do not have any.
No. Only
Forget about the disability.
if you're a veteran, it's a veteran. You're a veteran in any country.
Right.
I've been doing it for the last 2
Gary,
years.
Oh, I know you can because you have a percentage of disability. But
Got
I
nothing to do with that.
No. Kuya Dan, he has no percentage. He gets VA what do you call it? He get a VA pension based on need. He get money from the VA. He is 0%. He's fighting to get his prostate cancer into a compensation claim. He had 10%, but he can't collect 10% when you're collecting pension on a need basis from the VA. He goes on base just like I do. Matter of fact, he signed up for a military star card. They gave him a military star card, credit card, with $2,500 on it. He can go on base, use their card and swipe it. And he's not service connected at all.
look it up. I read that pretty closely, and I'll look it up and send it to you.
Well, I've been doing it for the last 2 years. I told
Well,
Kuya Dan,
You know you can do it because you have a percentage,
but Dan doesn't.
but he gets a pension.
That's different.
I don't get
It
any.
It didn't say anything about having a pension, did it?
No,
No.
I don't think it did. But what? He gets a pension. What does he get a pension for?
Because he's a broke veteran.
So am I.
Hang on, there goes Jonah again.
That's why I have VA healthcare.
Gary, he answered that question for you. You can. You don't going in a PX ain't got nothing to do with your percentage of disability.
It's not around that. It's about getting on the base. If
Oh,
one base, you can go to the PX. Okay. It's getting on the base. That's the key.
Hey, get on the base as a visitor.
yeah. Do the good old American thing. Whine loud enough and long enough, and they'll let you do it.
You try to get on a military base, Michael, you will not be able to. I have tried.
214. You can get on.
Did you climb the fence?
You can.
You cannot get on with the DD-214. What did I tell you?
You don't have one.
I've checked this before. When I went to Germany, I couldn't get on. I wasn't with the VA then, but I couldn't get on. Tried to get on Frankfurt, Germany, the base there in Frankfurt. I couldn't get on. It just doesn't get you on a military base. But Ronald can get on because he has a percentage of disability. And maybe
His friend don't.
too. Huh?
He said his friend don't.
Yeah, I know his friend
His
doesn't.
friend don't.
His
Well,
friend
you
has
can get on.
well, his friend has something because he's getting a pension.
The $64,000 question.
Yeah, I have to find it out. I read about that very clearly because I wanted to get on the base. I forget where that was. I forget where that was. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I'd
Oh,
feel
wow.
strange if I walked around right
Yeah.
now. Who's this?
That's his new girlfriend.
Huh?
Is that your new girlfriend?
Is that your porn?
Yeah, let me get my screen back up. Hold on.
She looks like she's on something.
Hey, I have noticed I think there's more Filipinos that have YouTube channels than any other country in the world.
Yeah. I'm trying to make a living.
True.
You got age discrimination there,
I never see any, when you just go on, I never see any that from other countries.
I asked my brother-in-law, I said, what about all these young people that work at the malls? How long can they stay here? He told me that by age 45, if they have not moved up that corporate ladder, they have to leave.
Oh, well.
Their employment is done. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I used to work at a chewing gum company that was similar to that.
That wouldn't fly in America, but
They're always laying people off at the chewing gum company.
where? Chewing gum. Maybe people aren't chewing the gum anymore.
I worked for Bubble Yum Chewing Gum.
Oh.
And somebody asked me, you think you'll be laid off? And I said, no, I'm the only receiving clerk in the whole company. I receive everything that comes in there. Bang!
Pretty sticky.
I got laid off.
It's a sticky job.
Yeah, it's a good job though. You walk through the plant, you can have those bubble gums. You can just grab a bunch, throw them in your mouth.
What we got here, man? We've been on this shit 2 hours.
How many people?
All right. I think Judy, you gotta come on so we can go back. Stager, man.
Where's Jamie?
Who?
Jamie.
She's probably got some house stuff to do or something or other. She knows how to get the link.
JB's probably working on a farm somewhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I had to go to your YouTube homepage. It didn't come up in notifications.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't come up in mine either.
Huh.
But I knew you were doing a live stream. So
I know.
went to the homepage.
Same with me, Michael.
You didn't get a notice for the live stream, Michael?
No.
I didn't either.
You have, well, you
Usually I get a notice, but it's very quick. It's so quick, it's hard to even see it. So it goes off so quick.
That ain't the first time things like that happen on here either. Anyway, I'm gonna thank the people in the background for showing up tonight. The rest of us can stay here if you want to stay here. So have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.
Okay.